A Clockwork Orange, a dystopian novel by Anthony Burgess, takes place in a not-so-distant future England where society is plagued by violence and anarchy. The story revolves around Alex, a 15-year-old leader of a gang of delinquents known as droogs who partake in a series of brutal crimes. The novel is narrated in the first person by Alex, who speaks in a slang language called Nadsat, a mix of Russian, Cockney rhyming slang, and other invented words. This unique language serves to immerse the reader in the story and contributes to its distinct atmosphere. Alex, together with his gang members Georgie, Dim, and Pete, engages in a series of violent criminal activities, including assault, theft, and rape. They fight rival gangs and participate in acts of brutal violence, referred to as ultraviolence. One evening, the gang breaks into the home of a writer named F. Alexander and his wife. They assault F. Alexander and rape his wife, resulting in her death. As the novel unfolds, tensions within the gang escalate. Georgie, who seeks greater control, attempts to usurp Alex's leadership. In response, Alex brutally attacks him. Later, the gang breaks into a wealthy woman's home intending to rob her. Alex ends up killing her with a large phallic statue, but his gang members betray him and leave him to be apprehended by the police. While incarcerated, Alex becomes a model prisoner and is ultimately chosen to undergo the experimental Ludovico technique, a form of aversion therapy designed to cure him of his violent tendencies. The treatment involves forcing Alex to watch films depicting violence while being injected with a drug that makes him violently ill. Over time, Alex becomes physically incapable of committing violent acts or even contemplating them without feeling sick. Eager to demonstrate their success in reforming criminals, the government releases Alex back into society. However, Alex's conditioning leaves him vulnerable and defenseless. He soon encounters individuals he previously harmed, who exact their revenge upon him. The gang members who betrayed him, now police officers, find him and beat him up. He also runs into F. Alexander, the writer whose wife he raped. F. Alexander takes him in, intending to use him as a symbol of the government's inhumane treatment of criminals. Alex's suffering becomes a political issue, and the government tries to cover up their mistake by offering him a well-paying job in exchange for his silence. Unexpectedly, Alex's life takes a turn when he hears Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, his favorite piece of music, and attempts to commit suicide by jumping from a window. He survives, and the government capitalizes on the opportunity to reverse the Ludovico technique's effects on him, claiming that they have cured him. In the end, Alex returns to his old ways, forming a new gang and engaging in acts of ultraviolence. A Clockwork Orange explores the significance of free will in determining human morality. The novel questions whether it is ethical to forcibly alter a person's nature in the name of the greater good. Although the Ludovico technique successfully suppresses Alex's violent tendencies, it also robs him of his ability to make choices and, ultimately, his humanity. The novel examines the duality of human nature, emphasizing both its darker aspects, violence and selfishness, and its capacity for growth and change. As Alex undergoes the Ludovico technique, he loses his darker aspects but also his humanity, highlighting the importance of the freedom to choose between good and evil. Throughout the novel, Alex demonstrates a deep appreciation for classical music, particularly Beethoven's works. Music serves as both a source of joy and an escape from the violent world he inhabits. However, the Ludovico technique unintentionally links his love for music with feelings of sickness, raising questions about the potential negative consequences of using art as a tool for manipulation and control. The use of Nadsat, a unique slang language, highlights the power dynamics and subcultures within the novel's society. The language serves as a barrier between the droogs and the rest of society, emphasizing their separation and resistance to authority. The reader's initial disorientation with Nadsat forces them to adapt to Alex's perspective, further immersing them in the story. A Clockwork Orange critiques the role of authority and the ways in which it can be abused or manipulated. Throughout the novel, the government's attempts to control and rehabilitate criminals like Alex result in dehumanizing and oppressive consequences. The Ludovico technique, while initially seen as a groundbreaking solution, ultimately demonstrates the danger of using technology and authority to control human behavior. Alex and his droogs represent a generation of disillusioned and alienated youth, drawn to violence as a means of expressing their dissatisfaction with society. The novel explores the consequences of a society that fails to address the needs and concerns of its young people, resulting in a cycle of violence and unrest. The conclusion of the novel, particularly in the original British version, which includes an additional chapter not found in the American edition, emphasizes the importance of choice and personal growth. In the final chapter, Alex begins to grow weary of his violent lifestyle and considers the possibility of change. This ending suggests that individuals are ultimately capable of choosing their own path, even in the face of societal pressures and constraints. Overall, A Clockwork Orange is a powerful and thought-provoking novel that delves into complex themes of morality, free will, and the nature of humanity. By immersing the reader in the brutal world of Alex and his droogs, the novel forces us to confront our own understanding of the human experience and the potential consequences of attempting to control it. We hope you are enjoying the content on the library channel. Our team is dedicated to bringing you the best book summary, recommendations, and literary discussions on YouTube. If you are finding our content helpful, we would greatly appreciate it if you could take a moment to like this video, leave a comment with your thoughts or suggestions, and subscribe to our channel. This will help us grow and continue to provide you with more great content in the future. Thank you for your support and happy reading.